Toddlers are still little sponges. They want to see their world reflected in what you're reading. They like to be silly. They like to get into trouble. They like to be accepted. So stories that talk about what they're doing every day is still good. Toddlers a lot of times want to be read to just because they're used to that physical intimacy. They want to be cuddling with their grown-up. They want to know that connection is there. It's a snuggly physical ritual. Picture books. They have an adventure, animals, weather, family, but it's a longer story. It's telling about something that's happened. It's an event or something to learn about. And the story has to be bright enough and grabby enough to get them. It could be 5-8 minutes long. It depends on the kid. If they are into it and wanting to sit and love to read and love to listen to somebody reading to them, it could be long.
Funny dog.
The pictures have to grab you first. When people say, yeah, put your finger there so they can see the word and say, that word is dangerous. But if they are 3 years old, 2 years old, 1 year old, they don't care about pieces of black print on a piece of paper. What they care about is this. Depending on the kid, every kid is different. I had a 3-year-old in my story time last year that could read. There are some beautiful poetry books that have been made into picture books now, like a poem by Langston Hughes. Maybe they wouldn't pick that up until they're, older. But if it's in a picture book, a toddler can see that and relate to that. Oh, that's me in that poem. Everybody has a different taste in a story. So I always like to find out, what is that kid interested in? If they're 3 years old, do they love trains? There's a million books about trains. There's a million books about kitty cat or about how to bake a cake or whatever. Reading to preschoolers is more of a teaching thing. So it's really getting them ready for school and to read about what the world is going to look like in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, so that they feel ready. I a lot of times read books to the preschoolers that are about school, about baby brothers and sisters coming, about traveling, about moving, about holidays, counting alphabet seasons. I think a lot of times parents will read to kids out loud up until kids learn how to read, and then they say, okay, they can read by themselves, I'm done. And that's a huge mistake. You should never stop reading to your kids. I read to my 16-year-old when he lets me.
Perfect Mom.